Every morning, billions of people reach for a jar of instant coffee. But how does a tiny red berry become that powder in your cup? Today, we go inside the Nescafé factory. It all starts here, on coffee farms across Brazil, Vietnam, and Colombia, where workers handpick only the ripest cherries. Each cherry is picked by hand. A single skilled worker can harvest up to 200 pounds per day. From the farms, trucks carry tons of freshly harvested cherries to the processing facility, arriving within hours of picking. Every batch is weighed and sorted immediately. Unripe or damaged cherries are removed before processing begins. The first step, pulping. Powerful machines strip away the outer cherry skin, revealing the slippery green bean inside. The beans sit in fermentation tanks for 24 to 48 hours. Natural enzymes break down the sticky mucilage coating. After fermentation, the beans are thoroughly washed. Clean water flushes away every trace of fruit residue. The washed beans are spread across massive drying beds, sun-dried for up to 3 weeks in some facilities. Larger Nescafé facilities use industrial rotary drum dryers, reducing moisture content to exactly 11% in just hours. The result, dried green coffee beans, stable and ready for the next critical stage, hulling. Hulling machines strip away the remaining parchment layer, exposing the raw green bean beneath. Every bean is then graded by size and density. Vibrating screens separate them into premium and standard grades. High-tech optical color sorters scan 600 beans per second, ejecting any discolored or defective beans with precision air jets. The sorted green beans are bagged in 60-kilogram jute sacks, stored in climate-controlled warehouses until roasting. These raw beans then travel to Nescafé's massive roasting facilities, some of the largest coffee roasters in the world. Industrial roaster drums hold up to 2,200 pounds of green beans per batch. The transformation is about to begin. The drum heats to over 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and inside, something extraordinary starts to happen. Within minutes, the green beans begin to turn yellow, then gold, then a deep, rich brown, the Maillard reaction at work. At around 385 degrees Fahrenheit, the beans crack open, expanding nearly double their original size, releasing trapped steam and CO2. Every roast is precisely controlled by a roast master, monitoring temperature curves, airflow, and bean color in real time. Every few minutes, a sample is pulled. The roast master checks color and aroma against a precise reference standard. When perfection is reached, the beans discharge onto a massive cooling tray. Stirring arms prevent clumping as they cool. These dark, oily, perfectly roasted beans carry over 800 flavor compounds, the foundation of Nescafé's signature taste. Still warm from the roaster, the beans travel immediately to grinding. Freshness is everything at this stage. Industrial burr grinders crush the beans between hardened steel plates, producing a consistent coarse grind. The ground coffee, coarse and aromatic, falls into massive collection vessels below the grinders. Now comes the most critical step, extraction. Giant pressure vessels extract every soluble compound from the ground coffee. Near boiling water is pumped through the ground coffee under pressure, dissolving caffeine, sugars, acids, and flavor compounds. The result is a dark, intensely concentrated coffee extract, up to 60 times stronger than a regular cup. Nescafé uses a countercurrent extraction system. Fresh water always meets the most exhausted grounds last, maximizing efficiency. The exhausted coffee grounds exit at the bottom, they're not wasted. They'll become biofuel for the factory itself. The liquid extract now enters the evaporation tower. Water must be removed to concentrate the coffee solids. Under gentle vacuum and low heat, water evaporates without damaging delicate flavor compounds, a process taking hours. What emerges is a thick, viscous coffee concentrate, dark, intensely aromatic, and nearly 50% solids by weight. Here's Nescafe's secret weapon. An aroma recovery unit captures volatile flavor compounds before evaporation destroys them. These precious aroma compounds are stored under pressure and re-injected into the concentrate later, preserving that fresh roasted scent. Quality control scientists test the concentrate every 20 minutes, measuring Brix levels, color intensity, and flavor profile. From here, the process splits into two paths: spray drying and freeze drying. Each creates a very different product. The spray drying tower stands over 100 feet tall, one of the most recognizable structures in any instant coffee plant. Concentrated coffee liquid is pumped to the very top of the tower. Then everything changes in an instant. At the top, high-pressure nozzles atomize the concentrate into millions of microscopic droplets, each one smaller than a grain of sand. A blast of 480 degrees Fahrenheit hot air hits the droplets, and in less than a second, the water evaporates completely. The tiny dried droplets fall as powder, each particle a perfectly formed hollow sphere of instant coffee. At the base of the tower, the powder is collected, fine, light, and dissolving instantly in water. On the freeze-dry line, the premium process, the concentrate is first frozen into a solid coffee slab at -40 degrees Fahrenheit. The frozen slab is then broken and granulated into small crystals, the distinctive chunky texture of premium freeze-dried coffee. Inside the freeze-drying chamber, a powerful vacuum causes ice to sublimate directly to vapor, skipping the liquid phase entirely. The result: irregular dark granules that preserve far more aroma and flavor than spray-dried powder. Spray-dried: lighter, finer, more economical. Freeze-dried: darker, richer, more intense. Both made from the same beans. Some spray-dried powder goes through agglomeration. Steam clumps the fine particles into larger granules that dissolve more easily. Both products now move to the most rigorous testing in the food industry: Nescafe's legendary quality control. In the quality lab, over 20 different tests run simultaneously. Every batch must pass before a single jar is filled. Moisture content must be below 4%. Any higher, and the powder will clump in the jar over time. Perhaps the most important test: a trained tasting panel brews and evaluates every batch against Nescafe's flavor standard. Gas chromatography machines analyze over 300 individual aroma compounds, ensuring the signature Nescafe scent is perfect. Approved. The batch is cleared, and now it moves to the filling floor, the fastest part of the entire operation. Thousands of iconic Nescafe glass jars ride the conveyor, moving at over 500 jars per minute into the filling station. Each jar is filled by weight. A computer-controlled dispenser delivers the exact same amount every single time. Before sealing, each jar is flushed with nitrogen gas, replacing oxygen to prevent staleness and extend shelf life. A heat-sealed foil membrane is applied, locking in freshness and aroma for up to 24 months. The iconic red lid is applied by automated cappers, torqued to the exact specification to guarantee the seal. Labels are wrapped around every jar, printed with batch codes, ingredients, and the expiration date. High-speed cameras inspect every jar, checking powder level, foil seal, lid torque, and label alignment. Any jar that fails, even slightly, is automatically rejected by a pneumatic arm and removed from the line. Accepted jars are packed into shipping cases. An automated machine loads 12 jars per case at 200 cases per minute. Each case is sealed with tape and printed with a shipping code, traceable back to the exact roast batch and farm origin. A robotic palletizer builds a full pallet of 120 cases, stacked in a precise interlocking pattern for stability. The completed pallet is stretch wrapped, head, bound tight, and labeled for the global supply chain. The finished goods warehouse holds millions of jars, ready for shipment to over 180 countries around the world. From the warehouse, Nescafe ships to distribution centers on every continent, a supply chain touching 180 nations. Nothing is wasted. The spent coffee grounds power a biogas facility, generating electricity for 30% of factory operations. The factory recycles over 95% of its processed water, treated and recirculated in a closed-loop system. Nescafe has committed to carbon-neutral operations, reducing emissions by 75% per cup since 2010. From a single control room, 300 sensors and 80 cameras watch every process. A factory that runs like a precision instrument. The factory never stops. 3 shifts, 365 days a year, because somewhere in the world, someone always needs their Nescafe. In just 72 hours, a cherry picked from a hillside farm becomes an instant coffee jar on a shelf 10,000 miles away. Over 5,500 cups of Nescafe are consumed every single second, making it the world's most popular instant coffee brand. That moment when you pour hot water into your cup, you're tasting the work of thousands of people across the globe. From the misty mountains of Colombia to your kitchen counter, this is the remarkable journey of every jar of Nescafe. One factory, one process, millions of moments of joy created every single day. From seed to shelf, the story of Nescafe is a story of precision, passion, and the world's greatest love affair with coffee. Behind every jar, farmers, roasters, engineers, scientists, and quality experts, all working for your perfect cup. From classic to gold to Azura, Nescafe produces over 30 varieties, each with its own unique roast and blend profile. Single-serve sachets are filled at 2,000 units per minute, making Nescafe accessible everywhere from offices to remote villages. Every week, thousands of shipping containers leave Nescafe factories, headed to supermarkets on every continent. In over 180 countries, on 5 million store shelves, there sits that iconic red lid, waiting for you. That pop of the seal, that first rush of aroma, the result of 72 hours of extraordinary engineering in one perfect moment. At full capacity, a single Nescafe factory produces over 10 million jars per month, a machine of extraordinary scale and precision. From field to factory to your morning cup, this is how the world's most loved instant coffee is made.